Yeah, I said you're watching them or you're in them already? Yeah, I said I was in. Oh, yeah, you have me. Yes. Okay. I was looking at them. I just didn't take anything. But I mean, ideally, that's what I was telling Mike. I was looking for weaker names that's not reacting to this push-off stop. So you might be good with those, because chips aren't really following that route. Chips usually be the first thing to take off with spot. It's not doing it today, so might be all right.
Okay.
So you might be good.
Okay, we live. We are live.
Spine is surprising right now, so we got a little room to run. But he said it's 393.60. That's where I want to take a put.
Alright, we officially live on Twitter. I mean YouTube, man. This is crazy. I ain't never been live on YouTube before. Where is the Damn, I need that little comment bar they had up here. Where did it go? Damn, I need the chat bar back up here. Damn. I definitely closed it. I don't know how to open it back up. But anyways, let's bring these charts back up.
Even though Hannah grabbed the put into that supply zone, I would have been up right now, but I want you to spot a little higher. I don't want to be playing with that little bit of risk.
Yeah, right now, I'm going to pull up. And the heat map, stock heat map. The heat map is looking mostly green today, which is pretty bullish, so that's a bullish sign. With the VIX, you got the VIX still coming down. Last thing I saw, the VIX was coming down. It broke below 25. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, VIX below 25. Has support at 24, 26. So we're going to see what happens when it gets down, how it reacts to that level.
Yeah, 25, 27 is an important level for me.
Mm-hmm. We're going to look at the SPY. The SPY in terms of, let's take this off down here. Let's add the pivot ribbon on this one. So we're going into bullish momentum here. Super high wick it just produced, but it could recover that. It could recover that pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the 15-minute is setting up. They got some more room to run the way everything looks.
All positive volume on these first three candlesticks. This candlestick is the battle right now. 174,000 buys to 150,000 sales. That's what's going on there. Now, let me see if Instagram Live works. Well, I'm about to be live on everything. Don't play with me. I'm gonna try this live. If it get cut off, then I'll make you the co-host just in case. Cut me out somehow.
Might as well do it now.
Yeah, I did it now. 'Cause I already know. Let me see YouTube. What I'm gonna do is post a link to this live. Let's see YouTube. What I'm gonna do is post a link to this. And then kick me up for Twitter. Oh no, I thought it kicked me. Boss, what's going on, bro?
Man, those Android users really cannot get mics on Spaces.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Is that for real? That's what's been going on?
Oh, that's what Boss got. Oh, well, he do got Android. I know it was like a desktop type of thing. Can't do it on the desktop with iPads. I didn't know about Android.
There we go. I found it.
How do you guys think the peace in the Middle East is going to affect American markets in the coming months? Saudi, Iran. You haven't heard about it? You said the peace. No, I hadn't heard about that. What's going on over there? China just mediated a peace treaty between Saudi and Iran. Right. Yeah, I gotta look into that. That's actually huge.
You would think it would be headline news this morning, right?
Yeah, it should be headline news. To be honest with you, that should be like the main thing.
It should be.
Everybody's TV, bro.
But that's not what they're talking about.
That's literally peace in the Middle East. Two of the strongest Middle Eastern countries who have been feuding for decades now.
Coming to peace terms.
Politicians die in each other's country, and they just negotiated peace between the two. Next thing, and they already said they built embassies in each other's country within 2 months. 2 fully built embassies will be built within 2 months. You're not doing that unless you plan on doing business real soon.
Right. So, let me say this. I think if they're negotiating that peace, if there's any Chinese involvement, that is definitely signaling that we're heading more towards the World War. You know what I'm saying?
No, not just that, man. If they negotiate any type of deal regarding oil, like if Saudi chooses to start accepting guns and oil, that Russia's super inflation, like right away.
If China and what?
If Saudi chooses to accept China's currency for the oil, that'll rush us to super inflation.
Why you say that?
Because the Iraq accepting only for their product.
Okay.
So countries have to get U.S. dollars, trade U.S. dollars in order to buy oil from Aramco. That'd be much different if they choose to accept the Chinese currency.
Right. What is this? You think the Chinese CBDC has anything to do with all this stuff going down? Put up the article about the peace agreement being reached. Pin it up in the top of the chat. Hello, Magic Moon. What's going on? So, we can see what's happening there. I want to read the article and really get into the details of what it's talking about, what they're saying. I'll pull that up on my screen so I can look at. So SPY is holding above that 391.82 level, right? Well, 391.44 level is the level I have for it. And if it gets up towards that 393, I'm looking at puts if it gets up to 393.
Yes, sir. 393.60 is my first target.
Yeah, that's the focus.
Playing the waiting right now.
392, we breaking up too. You could have scalped a little call. Let me put something on my watch list for Robinhood and see.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah. You don't like seeing.
I don't like open at all.
Nah, open is dangerous.
Yeah, I don't open.
Let me see. How you add it to your watch list again? Push the little plus sign or something?
Yeah, double tap the contract while you're looking at the, like you scroll through the contract, you can double tap it for sure.
Yeah. That's crazy. Let me look at this 398 calls. Let me see what those do today. The 398 calls, something I probably would scalp right now and ride it up. Those joints are going for $50 each. That's a play I would make right now as a scalp play and play that till about the 393 level. Wow. Yeah, 393 level or high 392. Let's see how that will perform. Need some nasty wicks. Ooh, look at that wick reversal right there. Goodness.
Yeah, that's not. You put time out to get bought early, but you're trying to wait. If I don't get my fill, I'm not gonna force it. But I really want to wait.
I say, oh man, I don't know if he even want to get to 393, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if they want to allow it.
I don't.
They're holding. Just need some body behind this push.
Yeah, the VIX is finding a little level right here. I'm about to put another level in on the VIX because the VIX definitely has found the level right here.
Do you see something?
Put the VIX level in. And VIX.
I mean, the puts could probably go deep in the money for cheaper too.
Mm-hmm. I'll put a level on VIX. We got a level at 25.14 is a level on VIX. That's a support. It finds nice support around that area. So oh wow. I didn't know that Instagram pauses if you're not in the app. Instagram live pauses if you're not in the app. Okay, that's good to know. Let me do this real quick then. Actually, yeah, I do need to do it on here because actually I don't. All right. Yes, I should. That's gracious. Let's see something. Oh no, that's not gonna work with this filter. Can I take the filter off? I don't think so. Alright, so that's not gonna work this time. Maybe not.
I knew it was gonna hit that 183.
It caught it's crazy, it just caught a bull flag on the pivot ribbon on this candlestick. On this very candlestick, it caught a bull flag. That's crazy to me. It's catching a bull flag on this kind of pullback. We dropping down to 390, yeah. It's looking like a crazy pullback here. Yes, sir, Hattie, you already know we ain't here trading, grinding, man. Trying to flip these hundreds into thousands, these thousands into millions. That's the goal. That is the goal. Trading the S&P 500 right now. Let's see what's going on here.
That could be dangerous, man. I want to try to short Tesla.
Yeah, I think I'm watching this pullback here. Let's put on CNBC because you know sometimes they be pushing the narrative a certain way.
Yeah.
And you gotta see what the news wants people to do today versus what's happening. I just want to share the YouTube live to copy this thing. I think I got a little setup going that I know I want to do now. This is probably going to be how it's going to play out. Hit all these.
As far as your trading session?
Yeah, the trading sessions, how I want to set them up. Are you watching Tesla at all? What's going on with Tesla? Tesla's still pushing?
Yeah. I was tempted to short it. It resisted right at this 183.30 on Friday.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do a little shorter again.
Okay.
Only thing that kind of concerns me is it kind of formed a W pattern in 15 minutes, and this is the end of the W playing out. This rip. It's definitely bullish. Like I said, that bull flag looks strong.
Yeah, it's definitely a bull play. Let me see if I get that call. That call, I'm looking at $50, man. That may be a little move, honestly, before we take off. I got it right on here on my watch list. Let's see. That's a heavy wick it hit on the bottom. Heavy bottom wick on that candlestick too. Heavy talking about the volume is not heavy enough for me though. There's light volume on this candlestick. What time is it? 12:22. Yeah, it's kind of light volume right here on this candlestick. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. There's no major reports coming out today either, so it could really just run. Shit.
Look, we don't have.
Let me turn him down.
I
think we could run. I think we could run to three. We could maybe run to 395 today before we really hit a heavy. That's a potential on the SPY.
Much smarter than me, and we had really a hard time finding any real equity. But that was a long time ago. Maybe they got better.
You can hear me?
I doubt it.
What if we put in place a system like this, where basically the jumbo depositors were paying their way to get insurance? Would that make you more comfortable about buying a regional bank stock?
I'm not following your question.
I mean, I know you said you don't like banks because of the balance sheets, but if we saw something that ring fence this problem, whether it's your idea where they pay.
See, I think, like I said, a lot of these big banks bailing out the small banks in order to replace government bailouts. They're taking on these large debts and these losses that these banks have in bonds. I don't know how much of that they're able to bear, man. And I think they're doing it as like some kind of emergency step in, but it could also have a terrible domino effect on our larger banks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have other rich people coming in to buy smaller banks. If you ask me, if you step back and look at the bigger picture, if you had to come up with a conspiracy theory of your own, would it make sense to say this, that right now we're pushing into a digital age, right? We're pushing into the age of digital currencies and all money being in digital form. So, in order to purge the globe of paper money and fiat currency, what we could do is create a situation where people are not able to get fiat anymore from banks, basically due to the situations we see now, because you guys bought some bad interest rate bonds, some low interest rate bonds that aren't going to yield enough. So people are going to want to take their money out of your accounts and put them into higher yielding accounts where they're going to actually see the interest they're going to make. That is going to create a run on the bank, forcing us to allow bigger institutions to buy the smaller ones. Then that eliminates all the small banking issues. So we don't have to worry about these small banks providing fiat and cash for other people. Now we only have a set of big banks that we have to make sure we have control over, which they already do. And these banks like Bank of America, Chase, TD, those are going to be the last ones standing, and they're going to be the ones that absorb all the other banks. Or Berkshire Hathaway, like a Warren Buffett, may go out there and buy some banks. Anybody that's part of the agenda is allowed. You could go out there and buy these banks because you know you got the capital to do so. And when you buy these banks, you know what we're going to tell you? We're going to tell you, don't worry, because you're going to take on all this bad debt for us, but you eliminate them as a bank. You absorb them. And now, if that bad debt causes your business to fail, don't worry. We're going to step in as the government and save you. All right? You don't have to worry about that. But we just want to get these small banks off the street so we could have more control of the narrative. So now we'll bail you out as a big bank, right? And now when we bail you out, the way we're going to do it is we're going to do it in a way where it's not going to be it's going to be a little non-traditional, because by the time that time comes around, that could be a year from now when that's required. And by that time comes around, we'll have the FedNow system rolled out, which is the U.S. government's way of borrowing money from the Federal Reserve without having to print it. It's pretty much their digital blockchain of how the government is going to interact with the Federal Reserve. So now they activate that in the summer, saying this is necessary because of what's happening, and we need to make sure we have more ability to track what's being done with our money. So the blockchain allows us to track all transactions, everything is transparent. But this is exclusively for the government and the Federal Reserve to use right now. All right, and they'll start with there, and then they're going to start expanding into retail, where it's going to be a system that is integrated into our entire banking system, this FedNow system, this blockchain system that they learned about, and they're going to integrate it into the entire finance system. And that's how we're going to be introduced into using blockchain and forced to understand that our currency now, the value of our currency being devalued, is now going to be saved, because we could peg the value of our currency to Bitcoin. And we'll own a bunch of the Bitcoin. We'll make sure we own most of the Bitcoin through our institutions and our banks. And once we feel like we have majority ownership of the Bitcoin, then we'll peg the dollar to it. And once the dollar's pegged to it, we can now manipulate and increase and decrease the value of that asset, just like we did the regular dollar. And that's the transition I see coming. That's my synopsis and breakdown.
A total of 186 banks had exposure to that.
Mm-hmm. They're going to get rid of a good majority of them. A good majority of them not going to last, or they're going to get bought.
So crazy. Silicon Valley was one of the only big banks that did not accept a 2008 bailout.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that bailout all the big banks were getting?
Yep.
Silicon Valley said they didn't need it that year.
Well,
that's crazy.
They said you're going to need it now. We're going to make sure you need it now. You need us now. You can't operate out here without needing us. You can't operate out here without us, you having some kind of debt to us. Like, you got to owe us. That's how we got control of all these banks from 08, 09. They all owe us. We saved them. Now they got to do what we say.
Since you're talking on conspiracy, I don't know how, but I feel like the 2008 recession, the 2009 bank bailouts, cryptocurrency being formed in 2009, and everything happening today with SVB and all that, I think they all tied it somehow, bro. Like, to usher in a digital currency, bro, because you're not going to just do it to us overnight.
Yeah, that's something, yeah.
You have to feel safe with it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're all tied in, because it's just so crazy how they all happen. When 2008 happened, 2009 banks got bailed out. 2009 Bitcoin white paper got put out by Satoshi. You know what I'm saying? And then
right.
the fucking shit happens again. Like SVB, the only bank that did not receive the 2008 bailout, gets fucked over today. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that makes sense, bro. I mean, when you put it together, how else do you issue in a one world currency? How else can you issue in and push in a one world currency, which is the ultimate goal? How do you establish that? You gotta, huh? Right, making us feel like we're the ones in control, like making it like, oh, this is the safer way. We don't have any kind of government involvement, so just start transferring your money over here.
Yeah, right. I took a starting position here.
What you got, a call? A put? Damn, that call on my watch list. I ain't gonna look at it right now. Let me see. What is it up? Oh, it's not up. It's only up 8%. It's up 8%. Let's see. 10% now. All right, I'm gonna wait till we touch that 393. I think we're gonna touch that 393. The momentum on the 15 minute is still pretty strong. The momentum on that 15 minute chart is still. Yeah. What you got, Tesla puts?
Nah, hell no, I didn't touch it. I'm glad I didn't touch it.
Yeah, Tesla's taking off right now, heading back towards 191. Let me go down my list, man, because some things are moving. Let me see what's moving right now. Right now, the biggest losers on the day on my list is AMD. AMD's down 4% today.
Hey, son, you see I think she had a video. I was gonna take it with her.
Son, you in here?
Yeah, she got a video with us. That's what I put. No, AMD. Oh, AMD.
Look who gives out today. Look at Amazon. Now it wants to go down. Amazon down 2% today to $96. Microsoft down 3%. Microsoft finally giving out. That might be a bullet. That might be a bearish sign right there. Microsoft giving out. It may be leading the market. You know, like the market right now is taking off, but that pullback is coming because Microsoft giving out. What is really holding the market? Well, let's go down the list. Let's see. The VIX is sitting on that 25.14 support level. It could bounce back up from here. And look like it's trying to. Let me look on the hourly though. On the hourly, the VIX like it's about to cross to the downside, no lie. But let's see. Canopy Growth Corp, man. I'm thinking about getting some. They've been sitting at this $1.98. It's like, buy me now. What you think about Canopy Growth, G? At $1.98, man. I don't know. I think I want to get Canopy.
I don't know how I feel about the weed industry right now. You know, I don't get too much. It's not really pushing that narrative right now. Yeah, I mean, like as far as the long term, it could be something. But none of our upcoming politicians really have that on their board. You know, Biden's not running, Trump isn't. And I don't know any other politician that's about to run next year. You know, maybe I'm just saying. DeSantis run next year. I know he's kind of proving that one for conservative, so that might have a problem. But with marijuana, them stocks only move based on like what politician is saying what at the time. Right.
Exactly. I think in this next election cycle, that's going to be something they use.
So that's why them stocks been kind of stagnant for some time.
Super stagnant.
Right. Them shits was really blowing up. What was it? During the race of 2020?
Yeah, that's why I said that could be a political tool. The re-rise of cannabis in 2024. Hmm.
Transgender policy and stuff like that. I don't see them really going after marijuana and stuff.
Yeah, that's not their focus right now. You got Google sitting on a pretty high level. Google has good breakdown potential from here. If it breaks down below 101.15, Google could pull back to 97. That could be a nice little put play. But Google's like it's coming into strength on the 15 minute, so I wouldn't play that call if anything, and you're going to use that level 101.50 as your support.
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking for a $2 move on the trade.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's looking pretty callish out here. The dollar's breaking down.
I ain't with it.
It's looking pretty callish out here.
That's exactly that quick. Especially, I don't know. I damn sure got no calls at the top right here. They have to be a pretty decent pullback for me to even consider calls. Like if I was gonna play calls, I would
had to play it already.
Yeah, that 390 probably would have been out right here, to be honest.
I'm just scrolling through. I'm trying to see what the plays looking like. Netflix is looking bullish right now. It could play up to 315. Netflix has that range.
Yeah, that was a nice bounce.
Has support at 300. You can still ride it up to 315. Airbnb, you're looking at Airbnb. It's sitting in the middle of a range right now, like dead in the center. So I wouldn't play that. I really wouldn't touch that.
I ain't gonna lie, son. I might jump for AMD with you.
AMD is looking bearish. AMD has been pushing down. If you want to play a put, that may be a place to go, AMD. He said, I'm coming. Yeah. Home Depot's sitting right on the level at 288.25, but it's looking like it's coming into bullish momentum. It's about to break up off that level, and if it breaks up off that level, it could go up to 302. That's Home Depot. I never traded Home Depot. I don't even know what their spreads look like.
Get on the right side of this good quick. In contrast, it was a pricey.
Mm-hmm. Then we got, let's see, Bitcoin still holding it. Let me see what Bitcoin is doing. Is Bitcoin pulling back? No, Bitcoin is going into strength too. I ain't look on the hourly though. On the hourly, it looks like it's breaking down. On the 15 minute, a lot of that stuff is coming into strength on the 15 minute. So ARK, good old ARK, Kathy Woods fund. That like it was coming into strength. On the hourly and the 15 is breaking up. I don't have any levels on ARK. That's the funny thing. I ain't putting any levels on them yet. Gotta do that one day. Let's look at FedEx. FedEx is sitting at a top level. Yo, FedEx like it's coming into strength on the 15, but it's weakening on the hour and it's weakening on the 4 hour. It popped up. It had a gap. Oh, it had a gap up. I might play this gap down on FedEx. FedEx had a gap up.
Oh, yeah, I remember that from last week.
Yeah, we could play that down to 211 at least. From 219, I think it come down to 211 without much resistance. Could really come down to 203, but 211 is probably where I'll get out at. On the way back down. Let me look at their contracts. Let me see. What FedEx contracts are going for right now. Those SPY calls ain't looking good. SPY must be pulling back.
Yeah, my puts are like 5%.
Let me see. FedEx. If you want to get a put on FedEx.
I'm trying to catch this with Tracy. Something was fine. Puts.
FedEx 202 puts. I'm going to add those to the watch list right now. FedEx 202 put.
That intraday volume go wild, bro. I mean, it looks more weak overall. I just don't like the candlesticks.
On what, FedEx?
Yeah, that price action. Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it isn't really going anywhere today. It's just sideways. Let me see.
And he's still personally
FedEx is sitting right on an intraday support that it created last week. That's what FedEx is saying.
One more. I'm gonna let AMD get as closest to 94 as possible. I'm gonna take my entry up. Got a lot of resistance up here.
So Meta had some layoffs, huh? I think I'm.
Yeah, there's another 10,000.
It's like a $10 spread on the FedEx options. That's a pretty wide spread.
Yeah. That's what I said. I don't think FedEx is that liquid. So you gotta be careful with the contracts.
Yeah, I mean, they got decent volume, but nah, not really. Their volume's pretty low. Their volume's pretty low. They're not even in the millions. So. It's like 758,000, I think it's saying.
You probably figure out my lunch, but still,
nah. Is this 758 million or 1,000? I can't see. It's
you
like,
probably play something in sympathy. I think that's where, something that is in sector maybe that got more volume.
yeah, they don't trade on that high volume. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the volume. That's one thing for sure people sleep on. The volume behind the stock.
AMD didn't get where I wanted.
Alright.
This 15-minute candlestick about to close.
Yeah, FedEx breaking down. God damn it.
Saw that little waterfall over there.
It's just, like we said, the volume. But I put the contract on the watch list. I want to see how it performs. I want to see how it moves. All right, we had Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola barely moving today. I don't see it around any of my levels. Not even sitting in the middle of 2 levels, sitting in the range. So I'm not trading Coke. Binance coin is still sitting in that 330 range. Binance has been pretty solid, man. Binance has been holding its value while it's crushing the competition.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You heard they're trying to force the... Who's that though? Not the owner of that coin. It's the owner of TikTok. They're trying to force the owner of TikTok to sell, right? That's the one I'm thinking of. Costco is sitting right at a support.
Any news come out, that's another thing I take Meta, because Meta kind of like goes after what they say about TikTok more. That's what really when it has its crazy moves, or anything like social media related.
Okay.
TikTok said he doesn't let his children use TikTok. I saw that. I'm like, man.
They let you know, man. It's the algorithms. They understand it because they know the coding inside those programs. They understand what it's doing. It's the same thing I think I saw people who make iPhones and work on apps for Apple and stuff. They said they try to not use their phone like that because they understand what their phone's intention to do as far as screen time and keep you on the phone and etc. So, but they said even them, they still fall into the trap sometimes because that's how good the trap is. It's like they know about it, they still can't avoid it. All right, so I'm back at the top at AMD. Y'all taking puts on AMD?
I'm waiting for this 94. I want to get back up. Well, 93.74 is 0.6 on the field. Anything above there, I'll
AMD does like it has a nice little breakdown going on.
It's lighting up 15 minutes ago. Push, so that's why I'm trying to see if this push gonna play out.
The weekly on AMD is almost at a double top on the MACD. It can either take off or push down from here. The daily like is starting to break down. The 4 hour is breaking down, about to cross over to the red soon. And the hourly.
This was the move Friday I was looking for. This exact move. Just didn't give it time to play out.
You know, I'm telling you, the US dollar and Ruby always has the highest volume of trading on my watch list. More than SPY, more than Tesla.
Yeah, I know the dollar. Yeah. What's the other one you said? Ruby?
To the Ruby, the Russian ruble. People trading that pairing heavy. Yeah, I'm gonna start learning Forex. I don't know enough about Forex to trade in there. Where the hell is my damn. Why that? What's going on with this thing? Instagram is bugging. Alright. Tesla is still pushing up. Tesla is a good look for calls up to 191. I might grab a Tesla call. I am not lying. Tesla is nice look right now. Just crossed over on the hourly MACD to the upside. The 15-minute. Let me look at Tesla contracts. Tesla contracts be expensive sometimes, though. Let's look at March 24th contract. See the calls. You could get a a 205 call for $50. I think I'm gonna rock with a Tesla call, y'all. When Tesla starts moving, it moves.
Tesla call.
Yeah.
Playing it directly or at you?
Nah, I'm about to play direct. I want to see if I catch it at.
Yeah, if you could catch a pullback, you'd be alright.
Been up there since 10:15.
Oh, I still shorted, but that thing waterfall, boy. The spot get out, it's a long way down.
Yeah, SPY ain't giving out though. SPY holding strong. And candlesticks keep getting stronger. Let me look at the volume behind it. Volume. Let me see.
Apple broke out, so this range. Apple's looking barcode this morning.
Microsoft was breaking down, but now starting to find support. I'm seeing that it developed on Friday. So it may take a little second to break this. Like I said, I think these are the investments that people are pushing into anyway to avoid banking. They're going back into the Apples, Teslas. They're going into the stuff they're comfortable with. But let me see. I'm going to watch it. See if I get this contract on a nice little discount. Contract came down where I wanted it at. Let me grab it right down here. Let me see if it comes down some more. The 5 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. 5 minute like it's coming down.
Make a break here in general.
Yeah, 5 minutes coming down. See the 5 minute about to cross over with Tesla. Let me look at the SPY. What's the SPY doing right now? SPY is real choppy.
It is.
Real choppy. Look at Clean Spark up 8% today. CLSK, my good old Bitcoin miner.
What is it called?
CLSK.
Oh, yeah, I think we talked about that last week.
Yeah. Yeah, up 8% today.
Try to get picked.
Apple's up today. Apple made a nice little push up today. They started off the day a little rocky and then they took off.
Yeah, they broke out their range. That was just range trading this morning. Crazy. AMD back above 94. You already run it.
Do you really want it? Is the question. Tesla's bouncing heavy at this level. What's happening right here? Any news come out? Look, see, an article just came out talking about tech is the new haven. These offer shelter from the banking industry. I'm going in with the Tesla calls. I'll alert the Discord. I wanted to catch that 184 really. Sometimes at 1052. Tesla, you're gonna go with the 202 calls. I'm gonna buy 3 of them. These are too expensive. Yeah.
Alright, we had the 393. Let's see what's fine. Did you take your Tesla calls?
Yeah, jumped in. See if it executed yet. Should have executed.
Alright. Son, I'm an AMD with you. Somebody got up out of there. That is a decent little push, though. I said that 393.60. So, you still push up there. So I'm glad I just have a starter position. Nothing crazy.
Alright, Tesla. Let's make a move. I've never seen Tesla sit so still. Is it because I'm watching it? Because is that the reason why? Just because I have my eyes on it, it wants to sit right there.
You should get you a hedge up here. Somewhere.
On SPY, right?
Yeah.
Grab a SPY put.
Grab a hedge.
A SPY put right here. A light SPY put. I'm gonna grab a light SPY put right here. My SPY momentum is pushing, boy. But it is a level.
Hello?
Yes, sir. What was this?
There's 393.60.
I took the put as a hedge just in case. Took us put on SPY, man. Cause SPY, that's a level I got for SPY. It's a pretty strong level too, and SPY's been pushing all day.
So what put are you gonna take for SPY?
SPY, I took 385 put, 1 day expiration. I'm about to put it in the chat now. And Tesla, I got a call, a 205 call.
Oh, I was kind of sleeping until I heard you about getting into AMD. Oh, you good? So you still in there? Yeah. Okay. You still look solid right now. It's picking up momentum with spot push. We very much should lose that.
$190. What's the next level up I got for it as far as like heavy resistance? Other than right where it's sitting right now, but that resistance is a level it created on really like Thursday. That is fighting that right now on Tesla. Wait, Tim, I thought on Robinhood, as long as it was the cash, you could make as many trades as you wanted with that same amount of cash within that day. Why is it telling me I'm gonna be a pattern day trader if I sell this?
You must be at a time for the margin account?
Nah, for a regular account on Robinhood.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have no PDT winners. That's for margin accounts.
I'm saying I don't got a margin account.
You saying you can't reuse the cash after you sell something?
No, I'm saying if I sell this contract, I'm gonna be marked as a pattern day trader because I made too many trades, I guess, over the last week.
Oh yeah, you must be still in a margin account because it's trying to say that at all for a cash account. Let me see something. You shouldn't be
Where do you even see that in here?
It should be somewhere in that personal tab, that tab in the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see. If we go to investing,
Mm-hmm.
and scroll down and see if it's what's your option trading level and your margin investment. Is that enabled? If it says get Robinhood Instant at the bottom, then you're on a cash account. But if it says anything about 3-day trades at the bottom, 3 little circles, and the 4th one is locked up, that's a margin account.
The margin investing is disabled.
Okay, so you don't see 3 circles down there?
But yeah, I still got the 3 out of 3 day trades made.
Yeah, I think you're still on the margin account.
It says margin investing is disabled.
If you click into those day trades,
Mm-hmm.
it should be an option somewhere where it says switch to cash account. That's how you know if you really own one or not.
If you click in the circle, I don't see that.
Yeah, it should be a
day trade settings.
I don't think I'm logged into my margin.
Switch to cash account. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're still on the margin.
But it should say enabled or disabled.
Yeah,
right
my
there.
margin was disabled, but I don't know. I guess it still had me in that type of account.
Well, why don't you push enable then?
Nah, disabled, because I don't want to enable margin.
Yeah, margin investing is just something else. That's just a borrow feature. That's the thing I was telling you about where they match your 2,000 with the additional 2,000. Yeah, that's just a borrow feature. I have that disabled as well.
But I thought if you change it right, wouldn't you go down to like level 2? What level are you at?
I guess it was level 3.
Yeah, on a cash account. Yeah, you're definitely in the margin because you can't even do on Robinhood, you can't even do level 3 on a cash account. Tesla breaking out of this flag to the downside, bro. Be careful.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to sell.
Oh, damn. Stop with the as well. Yeah, see. Starting to lose that momentum.
It got me stuck, though.
Okay, the SPY puts up 11%.
The SPY puts are good, but I want to get out the damn Tesla call. At least I wanted to shed a contract.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Yeah, that's...
So now I can't sell this joint until tomorrow?
Yeah, pretty much. You may have to call them and see if they can get you out of there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ask them, can they liquidate your trade? Like force liquidate or something.
I mean, it'll let me sell it, but it's going to say probably mark my account for pattern day trading.
Yeah, but then that's going to lock your shit up for like 90 days.
They don't have no pattern day trader forgiveness.
One in a lifetime.
Yeah, they don't got that forgiveness on here. Like, I ain't used it on here yet. Can I get my one-time forgiveness?
You gotta sin and then be forgiven. Yeah, it should pop up after.
Afterwards, right? It'll give me the option.
Yeah, so after you sell it and get marked, then they'll give you the option.
Okay. So
mention sin first and then ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, listen, exactly, man. That's what you gotta do sometimes in life.
They give you a one-time repentance.
One-time repentance. That's all I need. I ain't know no better. I thought I was on the cash account. I thought I was good to buy and sell.
They let you slide so many times because it was they customer service a whole bunch of college students, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Call them, they be like, I got you, bro.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. They done improve a whole lot. Yeah, I love them. A couple. They got some brothers in there now too. Because I know before every time you call, they get the middle. You staring people. They don't get thinking what you asking for. But nah, last time I called, it was a brother that answered. I was like, okay. Y'all call him Robin Hood?
No, TD America.
I should have called when I sold my Bitcoin on accident.
Oh yeah, he was calling. I didn't know that. That time I broke my phone and had like $600 in a trade, I had to call him about that. I was like, hey man, look, listen, I can't do nothing about that. Yeah, they put their trades for it and everything.
But the Android people, they can make spaces, but they can't join as a speaker.
That's weird. That's
It sucks
crazy.
for them.
That's crazy.
You say they gonna host them?
I'm assuming that's every platform. I'm assuming that's a new law that's in
Come
place.
out with a notice. Not yet.
I mean, people are trying. But he hasn't used one yet at all. So
Yeah, exactly. So I'm good on Robinhood. It's just.
What about if you try TD or something? If you start with one of those.
Yeah, you should be good for one pattern day trade reset on that platform as well. I think it's just each platform is just only offering one now. Before they were doing like you can do as many as you one every 90 days you would do.
what do you guys think about these bank stocks?
The bank stocks, they're swaps right now. I want to wait for that chaos to clear out. See how many big banks buy little banks, and then how many governments have to bail out the big banks for buying the little banks.
I'm here talking Wells Fargo.
Is that my guy Lee? What's going on, Lee? How you been, bro?
It's been a long time, right?
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I know the banking thing. Nice. Yeah, I know the banking thing affects your industry heavy, especially if you're dealing with any kind of smaller banks. But
yeah, this has been a fucking crazy. It's been a really bad
yeah, I'm sure, man. That's like, what the fuck, bro? Like the banks, really? The banks? Y'all want to fail right now?
Yeah, I had to get my real estate license because all the houses were being bought in cash.
Wow.
I had to get I basically had to expand my business.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I never.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I mean, but now it's coming back a little bit. People have to buy houses regardless. It's just like.
When is it gonna happen? Right.
But it's like the loan officers, I don't know. Like, I talked to two and they took a week turnaround. I'm like, you guys are not that damn busy.
A week turnaround? I actually just pre-approved the guy today. He's like, how long for the pre-approval? I'm like, it's in your fucking email, dude.
It's right there.
Right. Exactly. I was like, I emailed this guy like 3 times, and his customer service is usually really good. And I'm like, hey, like, what's up? And he's just like, okay, I'm gonna call you. I'm like, okay, I know there's a time difference because he's in Hawaii now, but still. And then I'm like, yeah, I think she just honestly got upset because like I backed out of this other deal she did for me because she was pretty quick with that. But I'm like, still, shit happens. Like, do your fucking job.
Yeah, and it's amazing because I think that a lot of loan officers are becoming like exposed in a way because it's really just such an easy job. All you have to do is just continue to talk to the people that you're working with. If you need documents, you got to just tell them immediately. But people go on like vacation after vacation, they don't bring their laptop. They ask their process to do something for them, and then the next thing they know, it's like you never even spoke to the person you were supposed to do business with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how are you gonna get a referral?
You're not.
Right. Exactly that. Like, okay, at first I was like, okay, this is a really good credit union, whatever, and then now you're acting like this. And like, oh, well, you didn't respond to this, or like, I looked at some of my emails just didn't come through from her. So okay, I get that, but where's your follow up, or the young girl that you have working for you? Like, I told the guy, I was like, I really don't want to talk. It's my birthday. Like, please get off my phone. She just sounded dumb.
Well, if you ever need, if you ever want to check rates and stuff, I could always price that stuff for you.
You're licensed everywhere?
I'm not licensed in Montana and Alaska.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in Nevada.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's actually one of the hubs, right? People for like the last 5 years have been like hot in Nevada.
Yeah, I know. They need to get away from here. Damn.
Man, forcing those rental prices up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know what though? It's almost like the way they increase interest rates, if the people didn't raise the rents themselves, like as far as like just from a population standpoint, you were going to get these rates raised once people started selling and buying on 6% interest. And that's like my biggest fear right now is like you raise those rates like you did. Inflation is what it is because they're printing money. Mm-hmm. But they haven't priced in inflation due to interest increase.
Nope.
Because when you buy a house, you got to raise the rent. So if you're buying an investment, not only that, you got to now raise the rent of your mixed use properties too. And those rents are
Yep.
Now those people that own smoothie shops and salons, you're seeing barber shops, it's a $35 haircut now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just trickles down.
I know you lying. There's $60 out here. What?
That's crazy.
New York, I think that's crazy.
That's
60
crazy.
bucks.
Yeah, that's crazy. The trickle down effect, like you said, it just hits the owner and then going to translate it into the cost of the consumer. And then CPI continues to stay up, and PPI may start coming down, but CPI is going to stay up because the interest on all these places to operate in is still high.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it could get ugly.
It's much worse, but how do you guys feel like you can capitalize off that?
I think the conversion is going to start going into digital assets and digital currency at least. I think that's where they're going to lean into once it's all said and done, because the fiat system is pretty overextended at this point with the stuff they're doing as far as the printing of the money and the regulations and the lack of transparency with certain things being done. I think that's just going to help usher in that age of digital currencies coming in and blockchain technology being integrated more. It's just about being patient and waiting for it to roll out. I think they want to do it in a way where they have ultimate control over the system, which is why they're going to put out that FedNow system that they have coming out probably in the summertime. They're going to start with the government and the Federal Reserve interacting with each other through that system, and then they're going to probably spread it to retail investors. Retail, everybody else in the market to be able to access that and get their payrolls done through that, et cetera, et cetera. So
And
that's
all those fucking companies like Ripple and Jeff McHale with Lumens
Yep.
and Algorand, all these companies.
One of those companies is going to get bought up.
They're all either going to get bought out.
Yeah, I think those companies are going to end up getting bought by the bigger companies.
That's the whole argument over the centralization. You can't buy something out if it's decentralized. You'd have to buy it from me, and if I'm never going to sell it.
Right, that's the thing. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to try to look for people who are the hodlers that have large amounts of coin or something like that, and they're going to make offers to them to buy it from them. We'll see who folds.
Dude, everybody come to my house, big party. One of my fucking 75 houses. That would be like the best day of my life.
Because that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to go to the holders of the coins, like you said, in order to get a certain percentage control. They're going to have to buy it from people, and they will. They'll make their offers to people, and people are going to take their offers because they're like, oh yeah, XRP, it's only worth $1 a coin, or maybe 35 cents, 70 cents a coin. Okay, we'll give you $1 for each coin you have. All right, oh, that's 50 million. Oh yeah, here you go. Next thing you know, you turn around, XRP is going to be worth $10,000 a coin. They bought it off of everybody for like $1 because everybody was just happy to get it off for $1 after holding it for 30 cents for so long. So some people are going to do that, make that deal. A lot of people are going to make that deal, actually. So I think that's how they start to regain control of the currency system, and they're going to try to gain control of the majority of the Bitcoin holdings out there, and that's what it's going to be a race to: who controls majority of that stuff, and then pegging your government currency to those coins as a sustained value holder instead of pegging it to a commodity like gold or something like we used to. Right now, it's not pegged to anything but the trust of the U.S. government. So I think that's where I personally see things transitioning into. It may take a little while, but I can see it happening within the next 5 to 10 years, this whole transition. Like I said, they're going to play out this whole bank fiasco first. We got to watch this whole thing play out, and see who ends up getting saved, and see if the government comes in with a stimulus to save the banks again, at least the big ones. I swear he's not going to save the small banks. No, they're not coming in and save them. We just want to ensure depositors get their money, and that's it. As long as the depositors get their money back, we're not here to help the CEOs get bonuses, et cetera, et cetera. But as I heard Silicon Valley Bank CEO gave himself bonuses like 2 days right before the crash. It was like $31 bonus. Right. It's like you knew the thing was crashing, gave yourself bonuses. They should be in jail for that immediately, just for that being public knowledge.
Yeah, I don't have that thing.
Right. It's like that has to be illegal. But they got the good lawyers though. Oh shit.
Be a CEO or this, that, the next thing. So they make the most of that they can.
Yeah, and they got a lot of the CEOs are friends with politicians and all that kind of shit. So they skate with that kind of shit. And they have the proper legal defense and attorneys to represent and get passed off certain shit for different reasons. Oh, this had to be done for this or that. At the end of the day, it's all a scam.
Yeah. Well, they have the new messaging system, ISO 20, just went live today in Europe.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't heard of that.
Which is kind of excellent, but we'll see what it does. All it's going to do is just, instead of the way that they send messages now for cross-border payments, it'll be a little bit different. It'll be they can essentially effectively use these cryptocurrencies.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also still an ISO layer that prevents them from doing so. So they'd have to update the other ISO layer. So basically, I feel like they're testing the framework of it right now. Like they're probably doing a stress test
Right.
on the ISO to see what they put them in what's. I think it's just the next few months to try and alleviate some pressure. They're trying to do some instant swap.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it'll work.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. I think they're doing a lot of testing on a lot of different things right now at the same time. I think the AI is going to have a big part to play in the system that they're rolling out as well. It's artificial intelligence, all of that being sprung upon us on the retail level with ChatGPT. Lord knows what the government has access to already, but at least, we getting the idea of what some of the capabilities of AI will be and what it's going to do. And this ChatGPT 4 that just came out, I'm on the waiting list for that. I want to see how that operates, but really sitting down and figuring out how to maximize the usage of that kind of system and how it could help promote and market my business for me and build up that kind of infrastructure through it. But also the stuff you could learn from it, a lot of things you could ask and get some kind of information from this new AI systems. But I want to see how they're going to use it when it comes to the markets. I want to see how AI infiltrates the market, the stock market, trading, because I know it's going to infiltrate every market. So I know we already deal with bots to a certain extent in bot trading, but I just think that's going to get more intense as the technology gets stronger.
Yeah. Well, bots can only do one or two things. They're very engineered towards like a specific goal, where AI is going to create its own goal.
Right. It's going to be
Which is nuts, dude.
It's going to be so crazy.
I don't even know if I want to fuck with the market.
Right. If I find out AI's in the market, I might just say, okay, this is what I'm done trading. Yeah, I remember that. Watson destroyed them. That was the primitive version, right? That's what they were just testing. That was way back then when they were just testing certain things.
Yeah, they built them with like 50 PlayStations.
And they were like, oh man, this guy's smarter than human. Okay, we're onto something here.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also worried about what's going to come. And how things are going to rapidly change around us and how quickly things are going to start changing.
Well, I wonder if you can invest in ChatGPT. Can you invest in that? Is that a company or not?
Yeah, no. The closest you probably get is buying Microsoft, because Microsoft owns them now. Because that's why I said, like, whenever something new comes out, I feel like the companies that are big cash cows now, like the Apples, Microsoft, all those tech companies that got a lot of cash sitting on the side or have been innovators for the last 10, 20 years, those companies are just going to consume all the new stuff that comes out. So Microsoft bought OpenAI, which is the creator of ChatGPT. So Microsoft pretty much owns ChatGPT at this point. So now Apple has to scramble and find its AI technology to go ahead and buy. And then you got Google trying to scramble to find this AI technology to go ahead and buy, because ChatGPT, if people start migrating and using that more, Google could become like Bing was, because Bing is where they're operating ChatGPT from, and then Google will become the new Bing, the search engine that nobody really uses because they don't have any AI assistant technology implanted into Google. So that's the race right now. It's the race to AI. Every big company is racing to have their own AI platform. Microsoft was the first one in. Bill Gates and all his billions of dollars, very smart move. And now it's a continuous race to see who's going to get the next AI technology, and is it going to be better than ChatGPT, or is it going to be even able to be on par with ChatGPT? And this is going to be interesting. That's why I say if Microsoft holds this advantage for a little while, they couldn't even start to implement and implant this kind of technology directly into their phones or Androids or whatever devices they want to create. And then they're competing with Apple on that spectrum, which is why I think Apple is getting out of the phone business, or not focusing so heavy into phones anymore. They're more into medical stuff. Apple is all of a sudden about to become a medical company. You're going to see them all over hospitals, and that's their main focus now. That's where I see Apple going. And it could be because they don't have AI. You know, they feel like they're not going to be able to compete like that in the phone market and stuff like that anymore. So they're going to just pick a whole new industry.
I honestly don't think AI is even mature enough right now to, to inject that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like it's still very, very, very early. Extremely early.
You think so?
You know? Yeah, I don't even think ChatGPT is that exclusive of an AI bot. You know what I mean? I think it's just the first one that we're all using. You know?
I think
ChatGPT. I think other AI bots are going to be different, stronger.
Oh yeah, I think being the first.
AI in 2015, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he made it to and it's a non-profit organization. He made it to rival other tech giants that were making profitable AI machines. You know what I mean? So it's not even made to make a lot of money. It was just a cool thing, and I'm not sure if Microsoft owns all of it, but they did partner with them.
Yeah, they spent like $10 billion on it.
Right.
But yeah, that's the closest you want to get to exposure to OpenAI right now. It's probably through Microsoft if you want to have some kind of ownership in it.
It's worth it, but it seems like, you're investing in Microsoft, so you're only getting like a tenth or 1,000.
Right.
It's a shame.
Yep, exactly. But I think they got this an AI ETF that's out. But this AI ETF that's out, it pretty much just owns companies that it feels like is going to be dominant within the AI industry. So you're looking at like an ETF that's going to have Microsoft, Apple, IBM, certain companies like that in it, Roblox, pretty much companies that they feel like are going to be heavily involved in AI. I think it's called IRBO is the ETF name. And that's supposed to be the AI ETF. Yeah. iShare Robotics and Artificial Intelligence ETF. That thing trades around like $30. It's been hovering around there for a little while now. Damn, look at SPY, man. SPY. That 393 level was a real level, man. It's really struggling right there, Tim. You watching it, Tim?
Yeah, I just got back to the computer. I had a order wait to be filled if we got up there, so it triggered. So I averaged down.
Okay.
About one more. We'll see. I'm looking at this falling wedge on VIX. It's starting to lighten up on 15 minutes. So we should be putting that for a reversal soon.
On the SPY, right?
Yeah, on the SPY.
Tesla is literally just chopping sideways. That's not going anywhere. Keeps engulfing its own candles.
I don't like that. There's a lot of top wicks up there, but it could just be flagging. If I don't break down, it could just be flagging for another leg up. Beautiful rejection.
I'm trying to look at indicators on Tesla go. Oh, here we go. Let's say. Let me see. Yeah, Tesla's chopping back and forth. It's crazy. It's literally not picking a direction. Each candlestick, positive volume on one candlestick, negative volume, followed by positive volume. Now it's pretty much neutral. Now it's like sitting buying sales that are pretty much right on the same. Well, 24,000 buys to 28,000 sales. Neck and neck. Microsoft, like it was still trying to push back up. It broke above this 272.51 level. It's trading at 272.74. Let's see if it closes this candlestick, this 15-minute above that level. Tesla literally has not touched any levels for me. It just keeps trading sideways. Bitcoin is facing resistance at 29,000. Let me look at some of the high volume trading stocks right now. AMD is on its way back up. I thought I saw AMD down 4% today. It's down 3% now. Gained the percentage back. It's about to break above. AMD breaks above 95.08. That's a resistance for AMD. Bank of America bringing down. The MACD is like it's strong, then weak, and then strong, then weak. It's like it has these little pullbacks, and then it takes off again.
They got a very ugly rising wedge.
Yeah, 393 is the level for SPY. If it's able to hold above this throughout lunchtime and breaks out, we're gonna see 395 today. If it holds above this level, we could see 395. I really want to hold that level so Tesla could get to 191. And then I'm gonna call Robin like, yo, let me have this trade right now. I didn't mean to do it. I won't do it again, I promise.
Maybe want you to get a little bad juju from the first before they forgive you.
Yeah. So let me see if I call them what they say.
At least they got the custom. What's the name? Discord. They need to do some type of customer service. That shit terrible.
What, customer service? What do you mean? What happened?
I said they need some customer service, like phone support.
Oh, okay.
They unlinked my phone number is unlinked from my account. I'm trying to say it's linked to another account. I'm trying to call them about it. Alright. And Vix just put in his first little green candle. Let's see how far they take it. VIX got a lot of room up, boy.
VIX is sitting right on the level I got at 24.26. That's a level. And it's like, it's sitting right on that level. It's either going to reject it or it's going to break down below it.
Yeah. VIX is lightening up, though. 15.
Yeah, I've been seeing that happening. Let me see.
This is light bar, so.
But look at the hourly, though. And then look at the 4 hour. And look at the daily.
We did break on.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still showing like it could push down some more. Like I said, I feel like the only thing that's going to reverse it or cause a reversal will be like a report coming out like that. Fed interest rate hike report is going to cause a shift and a move. But I think only something like that could do it. SPY has a nice engulfing candle forming here. What's the volume looking like on it, though? We got 98,000. These are both low volume candlesticks, man. We haven't had decent volume since before 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that last one, it wasn't the best, but it was decent compared to the bottom volume.
Yeah. My man Kev loves flooding our messages about Shiba, boy. He be sending some articles about Shiba.
Yeah, I be seeing them.
That's his favorite coins.
That's my first couple $1,000 off Shiba. I was chilling at work on Twitter.
Listen, man, I know.
And I would catch this pullback.
Listen, man, all I know is if Shiba takes off, I know one person that's going to be a billionaire for sure. I know somebody. I know one person for sure. My man Kevin is going to be a billionaire if Shiba takes off. How many coins I know he has at this point? He's been looking at Shiba for like 2 years straight. Constantly buying it. I'm like, yo, you gotta have 1 trillion coins by now, man.
He probably got a whole Ethereum in there. Don't even know.
Right, and Shiba is just Shiba. But if it takes off, man, you'd be good for life. Damn, Tesla, you did me wrong. You sat sideways, and then now you're going to try to pull back. Okay.
Yeah, Tesla. It's starting to look exhausted. It's breaking out light. Stuff starting to give out. It's Apple and Tesla look like holding spot up. I should play QQQ. Do you don't play Qs?
Nah, not really. I know QQQ and SPY are pretty much the same.
Yeah, the rest of them work better sometimes.
Yeah, I know that's how some people like playing Q.
Yeah, I play it every night. I see it different. Like today, it would probably be better to play QQQ because it's weaker. And we're more close the price of control line on Qs. I think that's when you gotta watch Apple a little more. I don't know why Apple affects Qs more than I guess the holding is bigger.
Okay.
I do feel like yes, Apple moves Qs a little more, and I think Microsoft drops SPY a little more. It's probably the holding percentage, I'm assuming, to where why it's like that.
Okay.